Hello everyone and welcome back to another Plan With Me. This is Misty with Happy Planning with Misty, and we're going to be planning a week in my Erin Condren hourly. So I will show you where I've gotten to. So I've been doing some of this while at work, but we're on this week, May the 11th through the 17th. And I'm going to be using all kinds of PC parts. I've got Willow Way stickers. I've got Cheyenne from the Right Place. I've got Planner Kate stickers. We just got all kinds of stuff going on, y'all. So we're just going to make it work. I'm going to lay down some washi to get this started. I was wondering how it would look if I started it and stopped it at each line. I don't know that you're going to be able to, there's not a gap in the line, so I don't think it's going to make a difference. Maybe if there was a gap after each column. So let's just go with it this way. So this morning, Marshall had asked me before he left for work. He was like, I need you to look at something on right below my tooth. I said, okay. He said it's felt like a water blister. And let me see, did I work? Yes. So this weekend banner can go up here because I was at work. He said it just feels like there is a water blister there, and he said it went from being like oblong to now it feels no, it went from being like a round bubble to oblong. And so I looked at it, and it's not on the inside of his mouth on his gum. It is actually, or on his cheek. It's actually on the gum at his mouth. Let me think just a minute, y'all. I think I want to do this darker green up here. So this yellow, I think I'm going to use right here. So I looked at it and I was like, Marshall, I was like, that is like an infection, honey. It's an infection pocket. So he said, okay. He said, I know that they told me that that tooth was gonna need a root canal before too long, but I was hoping I wouldn't have to fool with it at the moment. I was like, well, guess what? You're gonna have to fool with it. And so they made him an appointment at 1 o'clock today, and he went in and they looked at it, and she said, sure enough, that's infection. And putting it there, it's all on top of all the little pretty flowers. Let me see if I can. I don't want to cover up the blooms. Let's go underneath and see what that does. It might cover up one, but I don't want it to cover up the whole thing. And so they filled him a prescription of antibiotics, but she said it was good that it was not forming or she said it was good that it was forming that pocket on the outside so that the infection was actually going somewhere, and it's pushing that tooth and stuff out because it knows that it's bad and it needs to come out. She said if all that was trapped underneath, said you would be in a world of hurt and pain, and he's not hurting. So we were like, okay, yay, because we were not expecting to hear that. And she was like, I can pull it today. He was like, no, I don't want to fool with it today. We are leaving Friday, going on vacation. And she was like, okay, well, we can see you. I'll send antibiotics with you. And then we'll see you back the 1st of June. So that was one of the things that went on today. It's always something, y'all. Always something. Every time I get on here to talk to y'all, it's going to be somebody at the doctor. Oh, that could. It would have stretched the whole way. So let's start at this line. Let's go this way. Awesome. Okay. Then I can go. Alright, I am going to section off this 6 o'clock. I'm going to leave this up here for my weather, because I have been writing it down. I have actually remembered, y'all. Yay me. And I printed off my weather stickers, so okay, so we got that. Okay, so let's see. What is my... Let's put this back in here. And I think I'm going to use this pink to mark off when I was working. So let's look. 12. It was 1:30 to 6:30. And we'll get all... Oh yeah, that's pretty. Pretty. Okay. 1:30. Thirteenth was 8:30 to 1:30. Okay, and then Thursday was 1:30 Oh no, I was supposed to go all the way to 7 o'clock. No, 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 no. Okay, and then that was Thursday. Friday I had off. Saturday was 8:30 to 1:30. So we've got our 8:30 to 1:30. Okay, and then up here, this is where I'm going to add my weather. And I done those right backwards, didn't I? I started the wrong way. Okay, I wanted to add some color. So yeah, I started one way and then finished it another. Leave it to me. Don't look, Allison, this is all cracked up. Okay. So then if I did, see, not there. Not there. Okay, so what, 18, this is week 19. So let's do week 19. Let's put it here. And then I'll put this week. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll do that. I'm not reading a book, but I am watching shows. So let's put what I'm watching. And I'm going to put that right there. Okay. Okay, let me go back up here to this. Up here. Okay. So, for Monday the 11th, it was 80 over 52. And it was thunderstorms. So, that's rain. Let's see. Here we go. These are in my shop. See, it just gives it a little color. Cute. That's what Allison was saying. Cute. And then we've got 78 over 59. 78 over 59. And it is sunny. So let's do our sunshine. Wednesday is 84 over 58. And it is cloudy. So let's see. Here's my cloudy. Ain't he cute? With his little sad face. And then 82 over 52. And it is sunny, so let me find my sun again. Okay, 82 over 52. And then we've got 84 over 60. And it is a partly cloudy. So this is a little bit of rain, a little bit of sun. Let's put that there. And then Saturday is 89 over 63. And that is a partly cloudy. And then 89 over 64 for Sunday. And it was sunny. So yay. Cute, y'all. Cute. Okay. So let's see here. I don't have a pocket. Yeah, here's one. Put my weather icons back here in this pocket. Okay. So now I want to let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to use these last 4 green to put work, because I don't like a lot of the same color against one another, so I like variety. I get in a matchy mood every now and then, but it's not often. Okay. Well, that looks wonky. Okay, and then this has, I want to see if this little box will fit. Okay, so there's that. I'm tracking stuff in my A5 on the pages that are before whatever week I'm on. So I don't want to fool with trackers on this. So I'm going to put this down. And then this says goals. And I'll just list maybe the main goal happening that week. Okay. So then my normal stuff is going to be my Manjaro shot, my vitamin D, okay, then we've got payday, it's happening on Tuesday. Okay, we've got trash day. It's happening on Friday. Monday is a day off. So we've got some little balloons right here. We can use that. Day off. Okay, and then over here, this is the day that I had to take Dad to the hospital, and he had his outpatient surgery. Okay. Here's a little car right here. And we'll just put that since we drove there. I also had on Tuesday, I called the groomer. Here's a to call to make an appointment for the puppies, and this has a little puppy's foot, so we'll do that. Okay. Okay, burden of proof is what we're watching. This was clean house. Laundry day was on this Thursday before I went into work. Laundry day. Grocery day was on Saturday after work. Okay. And then cut grass. Plant flowers. And then grill meat. And then I had to have a shower by that time. Okay. So let's see. This is the gist of what went down. I'll bring in icons. I'll add in more stuff as I look. But if you've already seen my daily duo, you've already seen what went on this week. And I don't want you to have to sit through it a second time. But I love this pink and green together. It turned out cute. And so, and I like the way this little bit of color sort of tied it in, because I didn't have full boxes that went with this kit, and I was like, I gotta have something to add to this since I don't have full boxes. So these work great. Evelyn sent these to me, and she watches my channel, and I am very grateful for that. They're being used, Evelyn, if you're watching. So anyway, we'll fill out more of this, but this is the way we're looking so far. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.